The Knicks have their sights set on improving their roster, and they're going to be very active during free agency. New York is targeting a number of different players, including Khris Middleton. And I'm sure there's a Giannis-sized reason for that addition. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 52% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. The Knicks free agency targets. New York will be making roster changes this offseason, especially to the bench. And the Knicks are looking at veterans to help fill in the gaps on this roster. Let's break down the following reports that we have here from NBA Insider with Newsday, Steve Popper. According to Popper, back when the targets were the likes of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Kyrie Irving, the Knicks could offer the most money and a stage at Madison Square Garden. Now, the task is to try to coax a veteran who can fit into the Knicks rotation and contribute now at a low cost to join the efforts to push the Knicks up another level. Popper continues here by stating, the Knicks, if they keep their core seven in place, need help with defensive athletic guards with good size and strength. Easy, right? They currently hold the number 50th pick overall in this year's draft. Although the history of this front office is that they will shift all of that around come draft night. Targeting veterans that will actually be utilized off the bench, I'm all for that, especially if they have size, can shoot, and play good defense. But guards, I don't think we need any more guards on this team. If anything, the players that we need to look at are either athletic wings or centers. If we can prioritize that in free agency and add those players to the team, the Knicks will be better off. The Knicks are not only looking at guards in free agency, though, they're also looking at players with size. According to Steve Popper, Quentin Grimes and Khris Middleton are two names that the Knicks are looking at in free agency. However, with Grimes, he states very bluntly, not happening. Not even with Thibodeau gone. He fits the bench needs of the Knicks. But after leaving on less than best terms, he excelled with the 76ers and has earned himself a solid contract. With regards to Khris Middleton, injuries have taken his star power, but at 34, he could be worth a flyer off the bench, particularly if Kidd, his former coach in Milwaukee, comes aboard. With Quentin Grimes, he's a restricted free agent. And with Khris Middleton, he has a player option. Would love Grimes. He actually fits what the Knicks need perfectly right now, especially off the bench. But that ship has long sailed. Not only has he become a better player, a team around the league, some team, either a team starting out or a team that believes in Grimes, is going to pay that man. He is going to get a very nice payday in free agency because he's proved himself. He has become a legitimate piece for any team looking to compete in the NBA. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish things were different. I wish Quentin Grimes were still with the Knicks and coming off the bench. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But going to the other name that we saw there, Khris Middleton. Now, of course, if the Knicks go after Jason Kidd and they land him as their next head coach, having a player like Khris Middleton off the bench, that makes a lot of sense. And listen, I can tell you he's a former NBA champion. I can tell you he would be a great player off the bench. I can tell you he would be a great locker room leader. All of those things are true. But at 34 years old, with the injury history that he has, why is he in consideration for the Knicks bench? It doesn't make sense, right? Until you think about Who is his best friend? Who does Giannis love in the most, by the way? Is it not Khris Middleton? Are they not BFFs? So if you're wondering why he's listed, why the Knicks would add him in free agency, it's because the prize of the offseason is Giannis. And trading for Giannis is a big deal to a number of teams, including the Knicks. So it doesn't hurt, does it, if the Knicks have somebody like Khris Middleton on the roster? Because maybe, just maybe, that's the final push that Giannis needs to request a trade out of Milwaukee and maybe force his way to the Knicks. And if New York knows that, or they believe signing Middleton will push Giannis over the edge, I am all for that signing. But are these the only two names the Knicks are looking at in free agency, or are there some other names the Knicks are looking at? Well, shout out to Steve Popper, who continues to have us covered because he breaks down some other names the Knicks are potentially looking at during free agency this year. On the free agent market, a few names worth looking at. Malik Beasley, Detroit, unrestricted free agent, a thorn in the Knicks side in the playoffs, knockdown shooter with good defensive ability. Gary Trent Jr., Milwaukee, unrestricted free agent, ability to fill it up from long range and toughness. Matisse Thybulle, Portland, unrestricted free agent, missed much of the season, but the defensive stopper shot a career best 43.8% from three-point range in limited duty. Justin Minya, Portland, two-way contract, former college defensive player of the year, has gotten little run on a two-way deal, but is a versatile defender. These are the free agent names the Knicks are looking at and potentially players that they could sign. Going through the list here, let's just cross out a few names here. Justin Minya, we're going to go ahead and cross him out. Matisse Thybulle, we're going to go ahead and cross him out. The reason I'm crossing some of these names out is because the Knicks have some players, some rookies that can do the exact same thing. So we don't really need to double down and add players like that. Gary Trent Jr., I understand. Great ability to shoot the three ball. He's tough. He can play some defense as well, too. And I understand all of that. Even if that's the case, I would still rather the Knicks look in a different direction. And that brings me to the only name on that list that I want the Knicks to consider. Malik Beasley. Now listen, Malik talked a lot of trash. He said a lot of stuff, especially when it was the Knicks versus the Pistons during that series. But if you guys remember last year, campaign, when it was Knicks versus Philly, he was talking a lot of trash too. But what happened in the end? The Knicks ended up signing him. I hope the same thing is true for Malik Beasley. Talk about a player that we need off the bench. Defense, he gives you that. Three-point shooting, he gives you that. And talk about somebody you can count on off the bench. Instant offense. Yes, that is a player the Knicks need to prioritize and look at during free agency, because that's how you help your team move forward, how you help your bench grow, and how you make the right additions when you need to. It's clear one of the weakest points during this postseason run for New York was the Knicks bench play. Imagine if they had a player like Malik Beasley off the bench. Would we still be saying that? Because in my opinion, I don't think that we would. If he was open from three or got a lot of those open three-point shots, he would be knocking them down with ease. Oh, and just another reminder, he used to play with the Milwaukee Bucks. He has history with Giannis. Just saying, there are other reasons why New York may want to sign him. But if you just look logically at fit, at what the Knicks need, and everything they're doing moving forward, the best player or players from that list is Khris Middleton, and without a doubt, Malik Beasley. If the Knicks are able to get those two players in free agency, It's going to go a long way for this team, what they're trying to do in the future, and helping them to achieve those goals. You want to win a championship? You have to make championship-level moves. Adding players like Khris Middleton, Malik Beasley, and potentially making that superstar trade for Giannis this offseason, those moves are championship-level moves. And leave it to the Knicks and Leon Rose to make those moves happen. Leon Rose is the right man to lead this Knicks team, lead this Knicks franchise into the new era of Knicks basketball that we're about to get into. But they're also looking to upgrade their bench with future moves in mind. Those future moves could potentially be blockbuster trades. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks and their targets in free agency? Obviously, you see here, they have Quentin Grimes and Khris Middleton, but they also have Malik Beasley, Gary Trent Jr., Matisse Thybulle, and Justin Minya. Let me know how you feel about these options in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.